guys, this is the Lovin Dubai show. It is Emirati Women's Day, so we had the one and only Sara Madani talking empowering Emirati women, spirituality and so much more on the show. We also spoke about new maternity leave for Emirati mothers, and if you're a metro baby, you'll also want to listen to this show.
And so if you have missed the episode, subscribe to our Lovin Dubai show podcast wherever you get your podcast from and enjoy.
Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Our top story for you today: Emirati mothers will get 90 days of maternity leave and financial support.
As well, RTA offers sponsorships to students sharing birthday with Dubai Metro.
Also, catch Cirque dreams a mesmerizing fusion of acrobatics. We're going to talk about that later.
As well, an 84-year-old got a tattoo of Burj Al Arab.
And it is Emirati Women's Day. We are so excited to welcome Sara Madani, empowering Emirati women, family life, and the Real Housewives of Dubai, talking all things that later on in the show. That will be at about 8:50.
As well, you guys, we are going to be talking about the Cirque legend. So if you guys really like Cirque and acrobats, you need to stay tuned for that.
It is 326 days since the genocide continued in Gaza on October 7th. The current death toll stands at 40,476, while the number of injured people is 93,647. 1.9 million people have been displaced from their homes.
In today's rapid weather report, humidity is back, sadly, so expect highs of 41 degrees. Humidity was averaging 62% for the last couple of days. Today is at 78%, which is really hot.
Yes, it is sticky weather. Our roof is literally leaking in the office. Today is Wednesday,
yes.
August 28th. It's Emirati Women's Day. It is a day to recognise the exceptional accomplishments of women across various fields, inspiring entrepreneurship and empowerment, which have earned Emirati women the trust, esteem and respect of their visionary leadership.
As well, the mother of the nation, Fatima bint Mubarak, shared these supportive words and continued saying, as we stand on the threshold of future brimming with creativity and sustainability in our journey to realize the ambitious goals of We the UAE 2031 vision, your remarkable contributions urges us to redouble our efforts and elevate our aspirations. Of course, this is such a sweet message.
Right.
It's beautiful because Emirati women, you know, there's a lot of stereotype against them that is, I would say, wrong. And I was a victim of believing the stereotype.
Interesting. What changed you?
I don't know, when I was like younger, you know, as we grow older, there's always like this, like, it's like Emirati women, they're like, I don't know, they're like put in a box or in a shield of like, they like this, they don't like that, they are this, they are not that. But then I befriended an Emirati girl when I was like younger, and she is a powerful woman right now. Like, I saw her grow, I saw her flourish to things that I was like right now I look at it and I'm like, wow.
That's amazing. And I think that's so true, is that when I moved here, you're right, it's nearly in a box is such a good way to describe it, because you see, you know, there's a certain, you know, maybe they're driving a car or they're in the mall or something,
yeah.
But then when you actually meet and speak to people, so we have all of these incredible, inspiring entrepreneurs, you know, the founders of Salt. We have Sara Madani joining us on the show. And then there's the women that I've met who, like, you know, maybe they have an amazing family of like 4 or 5 kids and they're doing that, but there's such an amazing culture towards women empowerment in the UAE that I think is kind of less talked about. And that's why today is important. And I think it was so nice. I got that message on my phone this morning from the mother of the nation, Fatima bint Mubarak, but you're saying you didn't get it.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I wonder, why didn't I get it? I was like, that is kind of like, I mean, I feel like left out.
You'll get it.
I feel, and I didn't get it. Why
but
didn't
you'll definitely
I get it?
Did anyone get other? You'll definitely get it for sure, because it goes around to like, it's doing the rounds to
yeah.
3, 4.
Yeah, but still, Casey, like, why would you get it and I wouldn't get it? We are getting lost in translation. So please, I mean, I will be waiting for your message till the end of the day. If I don't get it, I'm gonna feel like I don't belong here.
Yeah.
Of course I do, but like it's probably because like it's true, like Emirati women, they celebrate this day as specifically for them because they are so powerful, like we look at them as like, oh yeah, they're Emirati women, they are Emirati, so like like they're like gold, like they have amazing cars, they have amazing businesses, they have amazing clothes, they smell amazing, but little do we know that they actually are hardworking and they are actually powerful.
I remember I was blown away. I went to an event. It was when there was a speaker in Coca-Cola Arena, and I happened to go alone, and I sat beside this woman, and we ended up going for lunch together. And throughout the day, she was an Emirati woman. She'd driven up from Tony Robinson. It was the Tony Robbins event, and she had driven up from Abu Dhabi for the day. And slowly but surely, she started talking about her kids, and then she started talking about her businesses. And I realized that she was this incredible woman. She drove there to be inspired by the speaker, but yet she was inspiring me because she was actually, I was 26, she was younger than me, she had a couple of kids, and she had her own business. And I remember how excited she was to show me her salon business and how beautiful it was, and I was like, you are goals, and I had no idea. And it was just because we started chatting and we just ended up having lunch, and I remember that day was kind of special for me because it was like I was making a friend and I didn't know Dubai that well, and then I was just inspired by everything that she'd done in her shorter life than mine.
100%. They handle things and they multitask. They like you often would see like Emirati woman being a mother, being a wife, and being a business owner, handling all three together. And then when you look at them, in our brains we think, oh my God, we do a lot, we don't know what we are doing, we do a lot more than people. But then you look at an Emirati woman and she is there handling like 3 lives
with
at once.
Poise, and with elegance.
Yes.
That I could certainly learn from.
As well, they smell good and look good. It's like, fine, can you tell me like what is your day like? Like how do you wake up? Because I have a friend who as well got a baby, and she's Emirati, and as well she's a business owner, and she has all of these things, and I'm like, oh my God, how is that all happening for you? So it's like, I just would like to know, like, what does your day look like? Fine, you wake up, and then like how do you have the time to put the makeup on, smell good, take care of your kids, prepare all of their lunches, and as well manage your business? Give us the equation.
Yes,
right now.
I love that. We love a day that asks how women do so much, and today is that day. Speaking of which, how do people do things? The government is actually making inroads to make these things easier. So it was announced yesterday that there will be new announcements by the Emirati Family Growth Programme. It was approved on Monday by the Abu Dhabi Executive Council, led by Crown Prince Sheikh Khaled bin Mohammed bin Zayed. The Abu Dhabi Social Support Authority announced paid maternity leave for up to 90 days for Emirati mothers in the private sector.
Now, this will be available for women who, number 1, work in private sector, have a family book issued in Abu Dhabi, and as well have obtained a no objection certificate from their employer. And as well, they must provide a valid salary certificate along with their bank account details and the IBAN. Now, anyone interested should apply within the first 30 days of the baby's delivery.
Now, this announcement was made previously in line with Abu Dhabi's Social Authority goals, and it will come into effect as of September 1. We love an announcement that means increased maternity leave. We believe these are stepping stones for the public sector. Who knows what it will mean for future, but it's now Emirati women in the private sector. Emirati mothers will also be able to enjoy that additional support in maternity leave benefits, which we love.
I agree with you, and as well, I feel like, and I don't feel like I know that for sure, that the UAE puts Emirati women like on the top because they are aware of how amazing they are. For
Women
sure.
in leadership.
Literally, leadership. I mean, like leadership not with business, leadership with their families, with their kids. And then it goes on and on. So,
speaking of leadership, we love this next one, although we wish We didn't know something that we wished until it happened yesterday. We wish we were Metro babies after this announcement got dropped.
I mean, what are the odds? What are the odds that your birthday would fall on the same day as the Metro? Because RTA offers sponsorships to students sharing birthdays with Dubai Metro. Now, this year, the Metro celebrates its 15th birthday. Happy birthday, by the way, to the Metro. And the Roads and Transport Authority, RTA, is uniquely commemorating this special occasion.
So, Metro babies will have the opportunity to pursue higher education funded by. However, there are a few conditions to avail of this amazing academic sponsorship. Now, these were announced by the RTA. So, the student must be a UAE national. They must have been born on September the 9th, 2009. And the student's cumulative GPA must be over 90%. Those are three things that you have to meet to get a funded scholarship.
Well, this heartwarming gesture not only celebrates the Dubai Metro's 15th anniversary, but also supports the education of talented Emirati students.
That's exactly what it does. I think it's so clever. I know it's annoying, and I know the likelihood of being born on that date.
What are the odds?
I know the odds are so slim, but being born on that date and having that GPA over 90% is so slim. However, if the RTA was asking itself, what can we do that supports UAE youth who are educated? So yes, the odds are super slim, but for those that meet the requirements, how amazing, what a treat to wake up to. You're thinking, oh, I was born on September 9th, that means nothing. And then the RTA is like, boom, you're a Metro baby.
I mean,
you may not be a Nepo baby, but you're a Metro baby. You know what I mean? I think it's great.
I really do like that. But you know, the moment you were saying like the conditions, I was like, Casey, please just like, cut it there.
Because you don't meet them, but for the people that do, and how inspiring, because the RTA could have done anything, and they're also they're making it fun too, because they're giving Legoland. If you're born between certain years, you may not be born on the specific year, but if you're born between certain years, you'll also get a day out in Legoland. I believe there's some terms and conditions there. But I love that they've gone down the educational route. They could have said free Metro for a year, but no, they said something that really matters and that will really make a difference to one or two people's lives.
100%.
Academic scholarships are everything. They're super expensive. So I love that the RTA has gone down the educational route when they had so many options of what can we do. They've decided to go back to the roots of what's important, which is youth of the nation and education.
100%, because you know what? We all the time see how the UAE is investing in its citizens and residents. And they are aware of the fact that education, you know, as if everyone's educated, let's say like citizens and as well residents, wink, are educated, that would all contribute to the UAE and its growth.
UAE would be a better place.
For sure. So I'm just like...
Sorry you're not a Metro baby, but who knows? You could be a Sheikh Zayed Road baby. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh my God. Imagine like I'm a Sheikh Zayed Road baby. That would be amazing. What would they give me? I mean, I'm not a UAE national, but you never know.
You never know. Let's jump into our next story. We're super excited for something that's upcoming on our calendar.
Well, catch Cirque Dreams Illusion, a mesmerizing fusion of acrobatics, of course. So you need to get ready for a stunning visual spectacle that will leave you breathless. Now, Cirque Dreams Illusion is coming to town, and it's not just a show, you guys. It's an awe-inspiring journey into a mesmerizing fantasy world.
This is just a snippet of what's to come, and if this amazes you, prepare to be even more amazed by world-class performers from around the globe. They're going to come in and showcase their exceptional athleticism and artistry. So think of like the Olympics, but on a bigger, grander, more dramatic scale. Well,
Cirque Dreams Illusion masterfully blends the grandeur of circus performance with the emotional depth of theatre, creating a unique fusion that you won't find anywhere else. This is not just an entertainment, it is also one of a kind.
Yes, it is. So do not miss your chance to witness Cirque Dreams Illusion. Grab your tickets now and prepare for an unforgettable night filled with wonder and excitement. See you there. You could also get tickets, by the way, on Platinum List.
And so if you guys will want to go, hurry up, for it's going to be from August 23rd to September 8th. Tickets prices go as follows. For Royal, you're going to be paying 195 dirhams, Platinum 145, and Gold 125. Silver is 95, Bronze is 75. I mean, it's an experience you would not want to miss out on. And the fact that it has like this emotional element in it is something that's beautiful. It's not just like, you know, something athletic that, you know, acrobats just like know how to do and do.
It's giving people a bit of a whimsical vibe. Is that what you mean?
I mean, can we do that? I don't think we can.
Can we do that?
Can we do
No.
that? No, I don't think we can.
I just sit there and like, I was never even able to do the splits when I was younger. So when I used to go to these shows, I was like, I'm so in awe of you. Tickets on Platinum List. It's happening in LA. And we also have a competition going live later today. So if you want to get your hands on those tickets, you might be able to win them there. And before we jump to our next story, we're going to take a quick break with a fun fact for you today. Did you know Lovin is based in 22 cities? And we have an amazing team of local journalists around the region bringing you the best positive stories and bite-sized news.
Well, get to know your region. You can find them on social and daily newsletters and podcasts or on our app. Find them wherever you get your news.
Speaking of news, we're going to jump into our next story about an 80-year-old man who got a tattoo of the Burj Al Arab. This father lives in Italy. He's a huge fan of Dubai, and his son shared with Lovin Dubai why he got the Burj tattoo. He said, "My parents live in Italy and they used to visit me in Dubai twice a year."
Well, unfortunately, since COVID, my mom can't fly anymore and my father can't leave her alone. So he had to give up his trips to Dubai.
And then he continued, "As we shared many nice memories and his 3 kids were born in Dubai, I guess he felt sad that he couldn't come here anymore," which I totally relate to. And out of nowhere, the 84-year-old man decided to get a tattoo of the Burj Al Arab on his arm to remind him of his Dubai memories every day.
It's such a beautiful, I love like, sometimes like when you see such tattoos around, you think like why is it emotional in a way? Is it not emotional in a way? Like, what does it mean? And if like I would see like a tattoo of, let's say like, I don't know, Burj Al Arab, I would think, hey, how is that emotional? But when there, like what's the process of that? What's the thought process to get Burj Al Arab? But then to them it was that emotional and it's very sweet.
Yeah, like he used to go every year. His family is there. His family is here. And I love that 84-year-old boss energy of like, I don't care. I'm going to do what makes me happy. And and I think it's such a cool one. Like, just get whatever you want right here to give you a reminder of something amazing in your life.
Literally, because like, it might look like just like a Burj Al Arab tattoo to other people, but it speaks family to him, which is really beautiful. I mean, if you would get a tattoo right now, what tattoo would you get?
Well, I have to.
Oh, and you have to.
Yeah. Well, and I always said I actually think they look really cool, but I wouldn't. I look really cool, but I don't know if they suit me. I don't know. So I think I'm done.
Okay.
What about you?
Actually, I would get a butterfly. I love butterflies. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I've always like been like a very bubbly, like.
That's so kind of beautiful energy. Because it's like what animal represents your spirit, and in terms of like light, social butterfly, those types of things, and that's generally when people are looking for like a deeper meaning for tattoos. That's kind of what they go for. So that's really sweet that you thought of that.
Yeah. I mean, I would do that. Yeah.
All right, guys, it is time. It's 8:47 on Emirati Women's Day. We're super excited to welcome our next guest. Sara Madani will be with us after this very short break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. In honor of Emirati Women's Day, we have a very special guest. From starring in The Real Housewives of Dubai to empowering women across the UAE, Sara is a multi-award-winning entrepreneur, public speaker and TV personality. We are so excited to welcome her today. Welcome to the show, Sara Madani. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor. Thank you
very much.
Well, thank you for being here. But in honor of Emirati Women's Day, first of all, what does being Emirati mean to you?
I mean, being Emirati is like everything I know. Like, it's who I am, it's my identity. And also, like, the way our rulers and our leadership is, how strong they are, how resilient they are, you can't help it, but it rubs on you. You become a byproduct of how they are. So this is how I became the person I am. This is the resilience I have, the power I have. It's all thanks to the UAE.
So how do you see your personal journey as an entrepreneur, a public speaker, and how does that, in your opinion, contribute to the empowerment of Emirati women?
I mean, I'm going to be really completely honest, right? So I might not look like your typical Emirati woman, which is completely okay. We come from a country that has a minister of tolerance, right? So it's okay to look different. But I hope what I'm doing in the world, what I'm putting out there, the speaking that I do, the representation. No, I'm not representing the people, I'm representing me, but I am from the UAE. I hope all of this is like adding up back to the country and to everyone here. And I hope people are proud. Yeah.
Well, what is one advice you would give to Emirati women who are struggling to find their voice?
I struggled to find my voice for so many years, and I was what people expected me to be, and that was unauthentic to who I am. And the transition was extremely hard. So my advice to all the women out there who are Emirati, who want to be authentic, who want to have a voice, but are scared because of society and the expectation, just be you. It's just hard in the beginning, but once you do it, it's like, you know, I'm breathing.
It's like something's off your shoulders.
Yeah, and it's you. Then you understand that life shouldn't be experienced the way people told you. It should be experienced the way you are, and it's okay to be different, and it's okay to have an identity and to be just completely out of shape and not fit.
Yeah.
So my advice is just do it. It's hard in the beginning, but once you do it, you'd feel like, you know, you're being your authentic self and you start living instead of existing. That's it.
I don't mean to minimize this, but like, what was the hard? Was it a personal, I can't go out and be myself, or was it society? Like, what was that barrier that you had to overcome there?
It was because a lot of Emiratis think that Emiratis should look and act a certain way, but that's not true. You know, we can be whoever we want to be, and everyone should just stop judging and start loving. And this is when you allow people to be themselves, magic happen. You know? Right. So yeah, I feel like the minute I stepped out and I was who I am, dressed the way I want, looked the way I want, spoke the way I want, shared what I want, I felt like my life completely shifted. I was more creative, I was more original, I did better at work, I did better at business, I did better at everything. Suppressing who you are does not do you good. Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, your Insta bio says rebel.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, what do you mean by rebel? Did you mean like rebel against like society norms, or?
So I know rebel has a negative sound to it because we always hear like being rebellious is a negative thing. But when you rebel on your fears, when you rebel on your weaknesses, when you rebel on your mindset and limitations, you know, you're a rebel. And I rebelled on all of that because I was so scared to be who I am. I was so scared to dress the way I wanted. I was so scared. But when I rebelled on me, because look, society might have an expectation, right? The culture might have an expectation. But in the end, what you do is a limitation of your own thoughts. So you're a prisoner of your own thoughts. People can say whatever they want. What you do is a result of what you believe in. So it's all you. It's nobody out there. Yeah.
Getting to like the crux of what you believe in, it's quite a spiritual thing, and I know that you speak openly about your spirituality, but have you always been in touch with like your inner self? Have you always been a spiritual person, or did you find that along the way?
Well, when I was young, actually ever since the day I was born, I had really like unique ways of thinking and acting, and my dad was like, you were way older than your age. So I was like such an old soul, you know? And I feel like that led me to the journey of spirituality, and I'm very proud to be spiritual. And you know, the funny part is a lot of people online think that being spiritual is a religion. Yeah, it's not. I'm a spiritual Muslim, and Islam is all about spirituality. So yeah, I'm extremely in touch with myself, extremely in touch with my divine powers and all that, and I just love it. It just made me a better person.
Well, in your journey through life, of course, you know, spirituality is not something, it's not an easy road. No. And I think you should for sure know that. So what was like your biggest challenge that you had to like overcome?
I think the biggest challenge, any person who took the spiritual route would say this to you. The biggest challenge is basically, how do I erase who they told me I am and figure out who I really am? So it's unlearning, not learning. Because a lot of people think wisdom is learning new things. No, it's not. It's unlearning the programming, the blueprint you were born with, and discovering who you really are. So that was so hard because I'm 38 now. So when I started my journey 6 years ago, we're talking about like erasing 32 or 31 years of programming and marination in society and culture. And that was the hardest thing to do, but very rewarding, and it's very freeing.
Yeah. So if people are watching right now, you mentioned you started your journey 6 years ago. Yeah. So what does like starting your journey look like? What one piece of advice would you give to someone who's starting on that journey?
So my journey started I was not chilling at home and I'm like, whoa, I want to be spiritual. Ooh, let's meditate. No, it wasn't like that. It was more that 6 years ago, I really hit rock bottom. I went through 2 divorces, financial abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse. So usually people, when they're down in a very negative place, the first question that comes to mind, or the conversation within yourself, is, why is it happening to me? Why are people bad? God, why are you doing this to me? And it's always like we're shifting blame, like this person, that person, God, this timing. The truth is, you are the director, you're the writer, you're the author of your movie. Where was your contribution to everything bad that happened to you? Why did you make these choices? Why did you stay there? So my conversation shifted from blaming to, okay, where did I go wrong? Why am I here? What's my purpose? And then you realize that we are spirits having a human experience. We're not humans having a spirit experience. And that's what people tend to forget. And I am a spirit. This is why I wanted to go deeper inside and find out more about my spirituality and focus on that. And that's why it's called the awakening. And it's because you wake up from a collective sleep. Because the human experience, you forget the spirit, where it was, who you were, the life you had before, and all that. So yeah, and it's just rewarding and beautiful. And Islam indicates a lot of things to it. If people pay attention, like God dropped us hints here and there. Yeah, just pay attention. Yeah.
So is there any piece of advice for healing that you could give?
Yes, I feel like as a person who's involved in the healing space and helps people with their healing journeys, and just to clarify, helping people heal doesn't mean I'm healing them. It means we hold space for people to do the work and do the healing, because you are your own healer, you're powerful, don't forget that. So when you heal, you are honoring yourself, you're honoring your journey, you're honoring your story, and you're brave enough to start a new one. So my advice is everyone should do healing, everyone should go within, because the only way to stop the generational cycle, which is passing from grandma to mother to great-grandmother, if you want to be the one that changes the game, the black sheep in the family, the one that starts the new ancestors, the one that starts the new generation, do the work, do the healing, so the cycle stops with you. So yeah, it's such an honoring experience. It's such a beautiful thing.
Great.
I love, honestly, all of the talk about healing and so on, because I'm very interested in that. But let's jump to, of course, the Real Housewives of Dubai.
Of course we are.
Speaking of breaking boundaries.
Yes, well, speaking of that, so why did you decide to join the Real Housewives of Dubai, and how was your experience?
So when I first was casted, I thought it was a prank.
Oh.
So I was like, hang up the phone. Nope, don't do that. Don't sell me that, But then later on, I checked the credentials of the person and the people calling me. I was like, oh my God, this is real. And I never watched the Housewives before, but I know of it because it's a legacy. We cannot deny how big the franchise is, right? Then I remember, usually I always have conversations with myself before asking people for advice or anything. You go within first. So I was like, why is God sending me this opportunity, And then I sat and I thought, and then I realized, oh my God, I asked for this, And we ask for things always, and we try to manifest things, but God sends it to us in different ways.
True.
And what I asked God was, I want my voice to reach more women, not just the Middle East, and I want my voice to be heard, and I want to teach people about what I do and the healing and how to focus on themselves. And I want to really change the way people look at Middle Eastern people. The stereotype, the stigma. And then God's like, Housewives of Dubai, So I couldn't say no, and I took it, And it is not easy, especially as a tree hugger, it's not easy to be in that space. But the production makes it easy. Everyone in Bravo makes it easy. It's a fun experience. It's not easy, but it's definitely a fun experience. Yeah.
Interesting.
Describe filming. Is it grueling? It's probably the most glamorous season of Housewives, and that's saying something considering all of the other cities around the world.
Yeah.
And what is a day of filming like?
Day one, I entered. There were 40 people on set, cameras everywhere. You slowly have to train yourself to make everything unconscious. Now no one exists, this is life, this is who you are. And what I like is when I ask family and friends who watch the show, I'm like, do you see me as me in real life? They're like, yeah, totally, that's you, And I'm glad, because I don't want anything to change me. I don't want anything to provoke something I'm not. And I don't want fame or anything like that, or exposure, to make me into a fame-hungry monster or someone I'm not. Now, the production is amazing. The producers are amazing. They make it so easy for you to be in that environment. The ones that make it hard is the girls on the show. So it's not the cameras, it's not the producers, it's not anything. It's the different personalities and dynamic. Not easy.
So when there's like a fallout, when there's a rift, and when, you know, negativity does come, because that's the nature of reality TV, how do you protect yourself and how do you protect your family from that?
No, you can see me, I don't react. You know, the thing is, a lot of people think that spiritual people are love and light. But I always say, I will love and light your house on fire if you cross the limits with me. Because healing and spirituality is about speaking your truth, is setting boundaries and not allowing people to cross them, and to speak, not to block your throat chakra. So if I'm vocal, but it takes me a long time to get angry, because if I'm triggered, that means I'm on a leash. You could take me for a walk any day you want. But I'm not triggered easily by it. But the thing is, I am not a person that creates drama. And I think in the reality TV world, that is not something they like. So I'm always attacked. People are like, oh, she's fake. She's hiding it. She's acting like she doesn't care. I really don't care. I really am not triggered. And I really do not, it doesn't feed my mind, body, and soul to bring a woman down, to name call women, to create fights, to spread rumors. It does not feed me. And people don't like that. So I get a lot of backlash online about people thinking I'm not authentic because I'm not negative. But I worked on myself so much not to be that person. So I'm going to remain being that person.
That's beautiful, but of course, you know, we want some drama. So if you can tell us a bit about the feud between you and Saba.
Okay, so my goodness, how did that make it to the news?
Yes, what caused it?
Because she announced she's moving forward from your relationship publicly, that's why it made the news.
You know what's crazy? It's like, I feel like George Clooney left Amal Clooney and they had to sign a prenup online, and people do that when Facebook leaves Instagram, you know?
George Clooney didn't leave them all.
No, I'm saying me and Saba are not that, you know?
Okay.
But when part of my healing journey, I learned how to let go of people who are on a different path, different mindset, different choices in life. And Saba cannot deny that I was there for her in every way possible. But there came a time after my healing journey where I realized it's okay to say goodbye to some people who are not aligned with you. So 2 months ago, and I have everything on WhatsApp, you know, I told her that the friendship is over and I can't be friends with her anymore and the work is over. So I don't know where that letter came from, because I was like, I'm kind of confused with this breakup letter, because I'm the one that walked away, and why are you making it public? We're not Facebook or X or Twitter merging or leaving each other, number one. Number two, she was like, we're separating even with work. Our business did not launch. I'll get it if we launched it and there's a reputation and work involved and that. But I guess it's a CEO thing, right? That's what she said. And I love how in the end of the letter it says, for media inquiries, you know? So it was just funny. And the thing is, I responded in a funny way. I'm like, write me a song next time, you know, it'll be more romantic. But can I go low? I can. Do I have things to do and say and go low with? I can. But I ate on a table with her dad. Her dad met my dad. Families met each other. So I'm just remaining, like, keeping the respect and just staying respectful to everything and just ignoring this. And yeah, this, to me, that's how a girl asks for attention, not a woman acts.
Interesting, because she said the same in terms of the WhatsApps. She was like, if I wanted cheap attention, I could play your voice notes. Is that it?
Yeah, the voice notes said that I don't stand for these things and we're parting ways, and I'm more than happy to play the WhatsApp. And trust me, one advice for Saba online is turn it down, because if I tell people why things went down, it wouldn't be good.
Well, we have her on the show tomorrow. We'll ask her the exact same question and we'll let the public court of opinion decide.
Lordy Lord. Okay.
Well, moving away from the feud that's between you and Saba, there are rumors that there is season 3 of The Real Housewives of Dubai.
Yeah.
So my first question is there season 3? And if it's actually going to be happening, can you tell us what will be happening?
I heard it wasn't happening.
No, so the thing is, us as a cast, even the production, we don't know if there's a season 3. You get picked up later on and you get informed about it. So we don't know anything. Even season 2, we did not know. Last minute we found out. So is there going to be a season 3? I hope so. And I mean, this season was great. It killed it. So it'll be great to understand what happens next, because there's a lot of drama that happened. If it doesn't, it was a great journey. It was a fun experience. But we hope so. But I swear to God, I'm not like trying to be like mysterious.
Yeah.
We really don't know. Yeah.
They keep it from the house. Only Andy knows.
Only Andy knows. Yeah, only Andy knows.
Okay, we're going to play a quick game of kind of rapid fire questions.
Okay.
I want to get your thoughts on this. Okay, so what is your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure. I don't know.
What are you reaching for in the fridge?
No, it's been 16 years. I don't eat sugar, no fruits, no nothing. So my guilty pleasure is not food.
Why she looks so
No
amazing.
carbs, yeah, no carbs, no juices. I was just telling the team outside, they're like, what do you want to drink? I drink water for the past 17, 16 years. So I think my guilty pleasure is the sun. I love being in the sun.
Oh, I mean,
You were expecting cake, right? No.
I don't know, or maybe like a certain person. I don't know. We didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, it's the sun. Yeah, the sun. I know it's not good to spend a lot of time in the sun, but yeah, it's my guilty
but you look
pleasure.
amazing.
Nice.
And the
Thank you
color
so
is
much.
amazing. To
Thank
be honest with you.
That's a lot of sun, baby.
Literally, exactly. But as well, the second one is, what do you think is the biggest waste of money?
Buying people's validation.
Oh.
It's like when you buy things so people can accept you and so you can look like you've made it or you have this and all that in front of people. It's like you're literally buying tickets to your show.
That's deep.
That's crazy.
That's deep.
Yeah.
I love that.
What's your favorite thing about social media?
Meeting with like-minded people, spreading awareness and positivity, influencing, the real influencing.
Right.
Well, the least favorite thing about social media.
It's just an open door to the world, and people can say whatever, whenever, however they want. And what I don't like is when people do that without knowing that anyone can be watching you. It can be a person who's less privileged, a child, someone who's abused, someone who cannot afford. So whatever you put out there, you're responsible of. And I know a lot of people say, well, it's my page. If they don't like it, let them not follow me. But guess what? You know, it's a public page. It's not your bedroom. So yeah, just the awareness of the responsibility of social media. Some people like it.
Who is the one person you can speak to about anything?
My son. My son. I have a group of best friends, like my soul family, my tribe. I can speak to them about anything. But my kid, me and Maki were like best friends. Yeah.
Well, what does Sara Madani wants to be remembered for?
Okay, let me put it this way. If you want to remain immortal, because our physical body dies at a certain point in life, right? But if you want to remain immortal, it's the things you do and how you touch people's hearts. You're engraved, not on a wall, not on a book, but in people's hearts, and they remember you for that. I just want to be remembered as a person who added value, who brought love and light and positivity to the world, because that's my purpose in life. And if I'm failing at that, then why am I here? Yeah.
Love that so much. What a lovely note to end this interview on. That was the amazing Sara Madani. Thank you so much for being here on Emirati Women's
Pleasure.
Day.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
We are also hoping for season 3 of Real Housewives of Dubai. That has to be said. Thank you, Farah.
Thank you, Casey.
And that brings us to the end of our show. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.